listening to the legendary podcaster, the one, the only, T-Jam D. Your personal favorite, and the show you've been waiting for. Probably offensive.
Welcome to the show. I am your host, Anthony Scott Dover, and welcome to the pandemic. It goes on. We continue on with the coronavirus update. At this point, we are up to 90,000 deaths in the U.S. and over 1.4 million cases. So the results of the virus go on. Not down to zero. Not yet. But what we've had here as of late is a President Obama sighting, or shall I say, some audio that was put out there from President Obama criticizing the current administration on their handling of the coronavirus, or their handling of the coronavirus, but of it spreading, really, is what the correct criticism from Obama was. At first in a phone call, but later in a commencement speech to a university, it was mentioned again by former President Barack Obama, mentioning how President Trump has fallen short of handling this pandemic very well, to say the least. Obama's pretty mild, though. He doesn't he's not, very harsh with his criticism, but of course it's something that President Trump can't stand. So, war of words goes back and forth. President Trump said something back, and then Obama had a commencement speech that he was giving, where he mentioned did not mention President Trump by name, but you can tell what he's talking about when he says people who have important jobs. And some people don't know what they're doing. And they're not even pretending like they know what they're doing. So, but the country is going to reopen. The country is reopening up. A lot of states are starting the reopening of the economy, telling restaurants and bars and all the establishments that had been closed due to COVID-19 that it's time to reopen, that you can reopen, get everybody back to work, back out to eat, and everything in between. I also heard that there's going to be another stimulus package passed in Congress and in the Senate. I don't know how true that is, but I heard what's been reported is that this one is going to be for the essential workers, sort of a hazard pay, for those of us who continued working through the pandemic, never got laid off. There's a rumor of another stimulus package. It's been reported. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's been reported. So we'll just have to wait and see what goes on. We can't stay, on lockdown forever. So we have to go back to work. And as far as I'm concerned, the damage has already been done. The slow response by President Trump and his administration, the denial that there was any danger at all was the problem at the beginning. The politicians were briefed about the COVID-19 spreading in January. Now, it's May. And May is halfway over. I mean, today is Sweet Cake's birthday. Happy birthday, Sweet Cakes. But it's May the 17th. Or actually, it's May the 18th now, technically. Monday morning. It's actually Sunday night, but just past midnight when I start the show. So the politicians, the president, Congress, the Senate, they heard about COVID-19 coming out of China and spreading across the world back in January, and they didn't do anything about it. Said it was a Democratic hoax and that the 15 people that they knew of that had COVID-19 were going to go down to zero very soon. Not true. Over 1 million, millions of cases. Technically, it's over 1.5 million cases, but actually 1.4 million and some odd change. But my theory is that there's millions, not 1 million, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10 million people who've had this COVID-19 and gotten over it. Therefore, if they were tested, they'd be cleared to go back to work anyway because they'd be immune. So, I don't know. I think a lot more people have had it than we think. This virus is spreading like wildfire. And it's airborne, and we just started wearing a mask, 3 weeks ago? They just made it, the medical professionals just suggested wearing masks 3 weeks ago. So all that other time before that, we were coughing on each other's faces. It was just steady spitting and, breathing, blowing, farting on each other. It technically would have been better if you were actually farting on someone else's face than breathing on them with the COVID-19. It literally would have been better to fart on someone's face than to breathe on them with COVID-19. So, remember back when you were a teenager, boys, and you thought farting in each other's faces was funny? Wouldn't you prefer to get a fart to the face than somebody breathing COVID-19 on your face? I was at Kroger's earlier today, and some guy I didn't even know. Maybe he thought he knew me, but some guy I didn't even know gave me a fist bump. He just walked by me and was like, "All right then, man," and just bumped my fist. And I'm like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, dumbass? COVID-19, remember? Pandemic. You see all these people walking around Kroger's with these masks on. They're doing this for a reason, man." He just fist bumping people. All right then, man. I immediately had to go and get a squirt of sanitizer and wipe it around. Not that I knew either way. I didn't know either way whether this guy had the virus, but that's the point. You don't just take unnecessary chances. Stop shaking hands. Stop fist bumping. You know what I'm saying? The only thing realistically you can really do that you really, and this is probably for those of you who have girlfriends and wives, boyfriends and husbands, you're lucky because I'm a single guy. You know what I mean? So, and I can't. I'm afraid to hook up with a chick because I'm thinking she might have COVID. Man, I can't be making out. I can't be making out with the COVID patient, man. You know, I got a little girl to think about. I got my 6-year-old daughter that lives with me. So, you're really lucky if you're already married and you're not banging anyone else except your wife or boyfriend or husband, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. If you're with someone, one person, and you stay with that one person, either you two don't have it or you two do have it. But chances are if one of you have it, the other one has it. So, but, you know, you don't have to, make out with anybody else. Don't make out with anybody else. If, you might get the COVID and pass it on to your wife. It might end up being worse than cheating on your wife and getting the herpes or something. I mean, herpes is terrible because there's no cure for herpes, but it ain't going to kill you. COVID could kill you. It might. If you have a compromised immune system. I don't know. Most people don't, but every now and then someone does, and they've forgotten about it. They had something years ago that compromised their immune system, or surgery or injury or illness of some type, that compromised their immune system. It makes it tougher, especially if if you had some problem with your lungs. Catch that COVID and it could be tougher on you. And people give these statistics. Don't give me the statistics. I don't want to hear no statistics. Like it only kills. What if the only is you or your family member? It only kills this percentage of people in this age bracket. Yeah, but what if one of the people that it rarely kills was somebody in your family that you really love? Not one of the jackasses of your family. I'm talking about one of the people you really like in your family. Then that would suck, right? That would really suck, and you would be like, damn, I'm so sorry that person had the coronavirus. And here I am thinking that it only kills very, 0.3% or whatever it kills, but I don't want to hear about numbers. Nobody wants their person that they love to die in the small fraction that it kills. So, yeah, I know. We got to get back to work, which I agree with. We do have to get back to work, even though I've been working on through the pandemic. I would have preferred to do so anyway because, I work on strengthening my immune system. And plus that, I've been outside a lot at work. So I'm pretty much staying away from other people and contact with other people while I'm at work. That's just by chance. It's not my choice. I'm not just hanging around outside the building looking stupid. I'm actually I am actually supposed to be outside on my job. So, but anyway, that is your COVID-19 update.